G'day, an impromptu video for this one. Now, I wasn't planning to talk about this topic at all, but I read a news article recently talking about how the way we interact with AI as men is potentially mirroring and reinforcing some real-world misogyny. So it got me thinking about how do we tackle this one? Because now I see two different viewpoints. Now, this is not, just as a heads up, this is going to be, I'm posing some questions out here. I'm not going to have an answer to this. I'm just going to play two sides of the coin, and I'd love to hear your comments, all right? So I remember, first of all, as a bit of a precursor, I remember about a decade ago, within that time, we've been talking about the effects of porn on young men and how they view it's affecting their sex life, their intimacy, because they have unrealistic expectations of a female partner, and sometimes, you know, porn is quite dominant, you know, against the female figure, so it's very objectifying, and some men just feel like that's the way it should be, you know, and it's not healthy. And we've like I said, that's a discussion we can have more about later, because I feel like this is more of an evolved one from the same topic. Because at the moment, AI, you know, apparently the data says that, you know, AI companies are still building them with certain looking female, looking but also sounding female voices. So it's appealing to men still. And then men are using this for whether they're playing at sexual fantasies, whether they're treating their bot or whatever, you know, in a dominant fashion, very misogynistic fashion. Now, like I said, two schools of thought. I think it's the assistant in Korea called Luda. Now, they were saying that, you know, that there's very high in Korean men, apparently, that also expressing and taking out their frustrations or any of their dark thoughts and feelings on this particular chatbot or, you know, AI-assisted whatever. And their pushback is like, well, look, it's kind of healthy in a way because they're not taking it on someone else. You know, it's a safe place, and, you know, there's, you know, let's be honest, there might be some merit in that. You know, I'm not sure where the data is, but so the question is there, does it stop people from taking it into a real life scenario if they can just, you know, get that out against a computer? So there's one school of thought. Because, you know, I guess there's not a human being exploited. But my other side of it is how it's a rewiring thing, you know, because, you know, my brand is shaping tomorrow's man. I want to see how we can start changing the way we view things for the next generation, so they're not thinking the same way we are. Because I don't believe it's healthy to have, you know, another, you know, generation of misogynistic men coming into the world. We're seeing plenty of them. Let's be honest. You know, they're leaders of the world, and somehow they're still hailed as great, powerful men when they're just treating women like shit. You know, and that's not on. I don't want my sons to become that, or anyone's sons to become that, because I don't feel that that's the way we're heading, where we want to head in this world, you know, if we want to reach true equality. So my thoughts are, how do we go about thinking when we're generating AI software? Why do we feel like, yes, the market is there to appeal to young men? Why do we want to do that? And is that healthy? Is there a way to go about it a different way for the next generation? I really, like I said, I don't have an answer for it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you have to say about whether it is helping, whether you think it's helping men to offload some of the things that, you know, that we're feeling underneath, or whether it's just perpetuating old stereotypes and old habits and personas that we really do have to work hard to let go of. So the next generation of men can maybe be a little bit more mature and evolved than we are. Love to hear your thoughts. Jump in the comments section or get on my website. You'll find a way to reach me. All right, thanks for your time. Cheers.